From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center live at 6 a.m. And boy, do we have some heat to talk about over the next several days. 90s in the foreseeable future for high temperatures here in the Tennessee Valley. I will tell you everything you need to know about how hot and how humid we will be getting over the weekend and especially into next week, as well as talking about today and tomorrow's rain and storm chances here in this weather update. And you know the drill on Fridays, the 7-day forecast, not the last graphic. We have all kinds of events to go over on the community calendar after that 7-day forecast. So be sure to stick around during this live weather update. Grab your caffeine, make sure it's cold caffeine this morning because we are already off to a warm start. And we've had some thunderstorms off to the west, off in the distance, illuminating the sky before sunrise. On my way into work, I saw plenty of lightning out west, just looking at a few spotty thunder showers here over the next hour or so. Here is a look at live Viper Doppler radar. Again, for you folks in Hardin County, you're looking at some thunder showers, some thunder and lightning again off in the distance. I'm not sure why this loop is going so slow this morning, but we're looking at just a few spotty thunder showers, maybe impacting parts of southern middle Tennessee over the next few hours. So grab the rain gear just in case this morning. You may need it this afternoon with a few pop-up thunder showers in the forecast. Otherwise, though, should be a relatively dry but hot and humid day for this Friday across the region. Again, most folks not even seeing any sort of rainfall this morning, just looking at this small cluster of some thunder showers off to the west. If you were wondering where that lightning was coming from a few hours ago into right now, that is the source of that. So we'll go ahead and switch over to our Arctic Air Heating and Air Conditioning Skycam network. You see there in Savannah that rain off in the distance on our camera overlooking the Tennessee River. Otherwise, not too bad of a start to the morning. Partly cloudy as those clouds do move in from the west here in southern middle Tennessee. Otherwise, though, a dry start to the morning, but rather warm. Temperatures are anywhere from the upper 60s to the mid 70s. A little bit cooler the more east you are. 68 in Lewisburg, Pulaski, 69 in the Rocket City this morning. But over into Savannah, a little bit warmer. Temperatures in the mid 70s, lower 70s for just about everybody else. Starting off on this Friday morning. So a warm start to what is going to be a hot and humid day, and unfortunately it's only going to get worse from here. I'll have more details on that in just a moment. But for the next few hours, again, just a slight chance of one of those thunder showers that may or may not even continue to hold together in southern middle Tennessee over the next few hours. But temperatures will be warm in the lower 70s, eventually into the upper 70s by about 9 a.m. and then we will be in the upper 80s to lower 90s by this afternoon. For the next few hours, again, like I said, we will see just maybe a few spotty thunder showers with that cluster as it continues to fizzle out as it moves eastward. And then for the rest of the morning, should be mostly dry, a partly cloudy sky, a little bit of a breeze out of the south blowing about 8 to 12 miles an hour. For today, we'll see a few pop-up thunder showers for this afternoon, just like a typical summertime afternoon. It may rain at your house and not your neighbor's house. That kind of spotty activity is what we're expecting for this afternoon. Again, we're going to be very hot and humid. You see those air temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. So we are going to be hot and humid for today, and that is just the start of the next several day stretch. By about 5, 6, 7 o'clock, any sort of thunder shower activity should start to wind down as we get a little bit closer to sunset, and then we are left with a partly cloudy sky, still some cloud cover left over overnight. And for your Saturday, we do have rain chances back on the board, so I don't want you to be caught off guard by that. You may need the rain gear today and tomorrow. For your Saturday, I'll show you here. Heading into the morning and afternoon, we could see a thunderstorm complex diving in from the north. Now, I think most of this thunderstorm activity should stay to our north on Saturday, but there is a chance for a complex to dive down here into our viewing area here in the Tennessee Valley. It may or may not happen. It's kind of hard to predict these kinds of complexes that move through during the summertime, but there is the possibility. So we are going to be adding back in rain chances for your Saturday. So again, not a washout of a day, not a guarantee of rain and storms, but the chance is there for your Saturday. So have the rain gear and maybe a backup plan if you do have outdoor plans just in case. But here's the thing, it's going to be hot and humid otherwise, and that's really going to be the main story heading into this weekend. Sunday, not really much of a rain chance for us here in the Tennessee Valley, other than maybe an isolated thunder shower or two. Again, the main story going to be the heat and humidity. I'll show you those temperatures and the heat index values heading into next week, as well as we stay mostly dry for next week, and that is why we are going to get so hot. Air temperatures with our high temperature forecasts going to be in the 90s for the foreseeable future, lower 90s over the next few days, mid 90s heading into next week. So that's the air temperature, and then check out the heat index values when you factor in the humidity, making it feel warmer than it actually is, adding just that heaviness and mugginess to the air. Those heat index values surpassing 100 degrees for this weekend and even into next week as well. So that's the type of heat that we want to use caution with if you are going to be outside for long periods of times, especially if you are a part of the vulnerable population, immunocompromised, a child, the elderly, or if you have any sort of chronic illnesses. We are going to be watching that. Be sure to stay hydrated this weekend and next week and take plenty of breaks. In fact, I would just stay parked in the air conditioning because that is where you will find me over the next several days. Now, again, for today, we do have maybe a few thunder showers around for southern middle Tennessee, mainly the western counties. And then for the afternoon, a few pop-up thunder showers can't be ruled out. Not a guarantee, though, just typical summertime random activity. Temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s aside from any sort of thunder shower activity. And then over the next few days, we do still have rain chances, scattered thunderstorms in the forecast for your Saturday. Again, I think most of the activity stays to the north of our viewing area. However, we do have the chance for a few thunderstorms to swoop into our viewing area. Not a guarantee, but isolated thunderstorm chances will continue into Sunday, and then we will be mainly dry heading into next week. And unfortunately, that is not great news because that will allow our heat to build up. We will be in the lower 90s for the weekend, heat index values in the upper 90s, and then next week, air temperatures in the mid 90s. And those heat index values will be in the triple digits. So again, brace yourself, be sure to prepare and know what we are getting into next week. It is going to be hot and humid, of course. It is the end of June and early July, so not completely unheard of for the Tennessee Valley, but certainly some of the hottest air and muggiest air we have experienced yet this summer. So just keep that in mind and we will get through it just fine. But let's go ahead and talk about events happening across the Tennessee Valley this weekend, from any sort of fun live music events to some early Independence Day celebrations. Let's jump right on it. And happening on Saturday, there will be a food drive at the New Prospect Community Center from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. This is a free food drive for anybody in need. The Help Center anniversary is happening on Saturday at the Giles County Help Center in Pulaski. That's from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. There will be free food, treats, and prizes out there. Veterans Meetup happening at Kingpin Lanes in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee from 12 p.m. until 2 p.m. There will be free bowling, shoes, food, and drink all included. This is a nice event, a nice way to honor veterans, and their family members are also invited to this event. Helen Keller Festival is happening this weekend at Spring Park in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Hours on Saturday, 12 p.m. until 10 p.m. Entry on Saturday is $5. You can go out there and enjoy all kinds of local vendors as well as live music. More live music happening in Savannah, Tennessee at Savannah River Fest on Savannah Main Street. Gates open at 4 p.m. Sarah Evans is the headliner. You can purchase tickets at the gate for $40. An Independence Day celebration happening in Huntsville at Ditto Landing. Gates for this event open at 5 p.m. There will be all kinds of fun live music, food trucks from 5 until 9, and then fireworks will start at 9 p.m. This is a free event. America's Birthday celebration happening in downtown Ardmore from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. There will be free food, live music, and head out there. Bring your own chair. Also bring your own chair to the Elkmont Rec Fields on Saturday for food trucks and fireworks from 6:30 until 9:30. There will be music and kids games, and of course fireworks start after dark. Now here's a fun one. Ice cream churn-off happening at the Campbellsville United Methodist Church right outside Pulaski, Tennessee from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Now entry to this event is free. Purchase a bowl for $5. That gets you unlimited taste testing for all of the ice cream out there. Sounds like a very fun event on Saturday. Now on Sunday, there will be the Vintage Market at Field Day in Huntsville, Alabama. From 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. There will be local vendors set up out there. Also on Sunday, the Helen Keller Festival, last day of it at Spring Park in Tuscumbia. Hours on Sunday, 12 p.m. until 9 p.m. Sunday gets you free entry, by the way. There will be local vendors and live music once again out there on Sunday. The Juneteenth Festival happening at Riverwalk Park in Columbia from 5 until 10:30 p.m. It is a free event. There will be live music, food trucks, and vendors out there. If you have an event going on in your community and you want to see that here on the community calendar, you can email me those details at any time. Email's right there on your screen, Kelly@tnvalleyweather.com. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay cool. It is going to be very hot, so be sure to enjoy some time in the air conditioning this weekend and next week. Have a great weekend.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.